J. Cole, one of the most respected names in hip-hop, known for his introspective lyrics, thought-provoking storytelling, and seemingly tight-knit relationships in the music industry. But what happens when the man fans trusted as authentic is suddenly exposed in a way no one saw coming? Sources close to the situation say that Cole, the guy who's always preached loyalty and real connections, may not be as genuine as he's built his reputation on. And the details that just came out? Fans are stunned. Social media is exploding. Everyone wants to know how someone so celebrated could allegedly play the role of the fakest friend in the industry. This isn't just speculation or a rumor floating around. Clips, insider commentary, and leaked interactions point to a story that paints Cole in a light we've never really seen before. Collaborators, friends, and even other artists in the scene are weighing in, and the reaction has been intense. People are dissecting every move, every post, every message, trying to figure out how the man who built a brand on authenticity could be involved in situations that scream the exact opposite. Fans are shocked, theories are flying, and the algorithm is loving it. The fallout is already spreading across TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Every snippet, every leak, and every comment fuels the fire, turning this revelation into one of the most talked about stories in hip-hop right now. And here's the thing, this isn't just about a single interaction. It's about patterns, connections, and the behind-the-scenes relationships that make or break an artist's credibility. By the end of this breakdown, you'll see why people are calling this one of the biggest exposures in the industry, and why it might change how we view J. Cole forever. Buckle up, because the story behind the fakest friend label is bigger, messier, and far more shocking than you think. It all started with whispers behind the scenes that quickly leaked online. J. Cole, a name synonymous with authenticity, loyalty, and honesty in the hip-hop world, suddenly found himself at the center of a storm that fans never expected. The first signs were subtle: cryptic posts on social media, a few interviews that hinted at tension, and some inside jokes shared between artists that suddenly took on a new meaning. For years, Cole had built a reputation as a real one, the friend everyone could trust, the collaborator who never played games. But now, insiders claim there's more to the story: patterns, interactions, and messages that reveal a side of Cole no one wanted to see. Early leaks suggested that certain collaborators felt betrayed, caught off guard by moves Cole allegedly made behind the scenes. These weren't just minor disagreements. Sources say the actions involved financial decisions, strategic career moves, and personal interactions that directly impacted other artists. Fans quickly picked up on small clues, posts, subtle mentions in interviews, and unusual behavior during collaborations. Within hours, threads on Twitter began dissecting everything, piecing together a narrative that seemed shocking, yet undeniable. The algorithm responded instantly, pushing these discussions into trending topics and amplifying fan speculation. The story escalated when snippets of conversations allegedly involving Cole surfaced. While some were taken out of context, others appeared consistent with the pattern insiders described. Artists close to him reportedly shared experiences where Cole promised support, loyalty, or collaboration, but then acted in ways that contradicted those promises. For fans who had looked up to him as a symbol of authenticity, this was jarring. TikTok videos started breaking down each interaction, layering clips with commentary, reactions, and analysis that quickly went viral. By midday, the narrative had gained momentum. Every post, reaction, and leak fueled algorithmic engagement. Fans debated, was this a misunderstanding, a difference in business approaches, or was J. Cole really acting as the fakest friend behind closed doors? The conversation grew faster than any one person could track. Clips comparing past collaborations with recent behavior began trending, and YouTube channels rushed to upload breakdowns with insider commentary and fan reactions. The story was no longer just about what Cole did. It was about how the perception of loyalty and authenticity in hip-hop could shift in real time. Insiders also highlighted specific incidents that contributed to the exposure. One involved a collaboration that was publicly hyped but allegedly mishandled behind the scenes. Another pointed to a subtle feud with a rising artist, where promises made were reportedly not honored. Fans began to notice subtle hints in lyrics, interviews, and posts, analyzing each word and gesture for clues. Social media became a digital courtroom, with fans dissecting behavior and voting on authenticity. Every interaction, every clip, every reaction fed the algorithm and kept the story trending for days. Perhaps the most shocking element was how longtime friends and collaborators reportedly felt blindsided. Multiple sources claimed that Cole, while presenting loyalty publicly, had made decisions privately that contradicted that image. These weren't malicious actions, according to some insiders, but they were strategic moves in the industry that inadvertently positioned him as unreliable or self-serving. Fans connected these dots quickly, and the narrative snowballed, turning what could have been a minor controversy into a viral phenomenon that dominated social media feeds. By evening, the story had reached a tipping point. Memes, reaction videos, and analytical content flooded TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Fans were not just consuming the story, they were actively participating, creating compilations, side-by-side comparisons, and commentary threads. The algorithm rewarded every upload, comment, and share, pushing the exposure of J. Cole further and wider. Even casual viewers, previously uninterested in behind-the-scenes drama, were drawn into the narrative, captivated by the contrast between Cole's public persona and the private stories emerging from insiders. What made this day particularly explosive was the combination of digital immediacy and fan culture. Unlike older controversies that unfolded slowly, this exposure was happening in real time. Clips went viral within minutes, threads grew by the hour, and TikTok creators produced reaction videos faster than anyone could track. The story evolved as more leaks, hints, and insider accounts emerged. Fans were piecing together a puzzle that involved professional decisions, personal interactions, and social dynamics within the industry. And the algorithm ensured that every contribution reached millions. Finally, concludes with the realization that this exposure is bigger than a single interaction. It's about trust, loyalty, and the perception of authenticity in hip-hop. Fans are dissecting not just what happened, but what it says about the industry as a whole. Insider accounts, viral clips, and fan commentary have combined to create a story that will dominate feeds, trends, and conversations for weeks. And this is only the beginning. We'll break down specific leaks, messages, and interactions, revealing exactly why J. Cole's reputation as the real one is being questioned, and showing how the story is spreading like wildfire across social media. In the immediate aftermath of, as fans and insiders began digging into the details of J. Cole's alleged fakest friend behavior. Once the leaks hit social media, the reaction was instantaneous. Clips and screenshots started circulating on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, dissecting conversations, behind-the-scenes interactions, and collaborations that hadn't gone as planned. Fans were shocked to see how patterns that seemed innocuous at first now appeared to confirm the narrative. Cole, the man who preached loyalty and authenticity, may have been playing a different game behind the scenes. One of the first viral moments involved an alleged private message thread between Cole and a collaborator. While some messages appeared supportive on the surface, insiders claimed subtle shifts in tone hinted at manipulation or self-serving decisions. Fans online zoomed in on timestamps, emojis, and word choices, creating reaction videos that highlighted every detail. TikTok blew up with side-by-side comparisons of Cole's public statements versus the leaked messages, and Instagram memes quickly followed, making the story impossible to ignore. The algorithm loved it. Engagement skyrocketed, pushing the clips to trending feeds across platforms. The leaks didn't stop there. Multiple collaborators reportedly shared experiences that fueled speculation, citing situations where Cole promised support, collaboration, or opportunities, but allegedly acted in ways that contradicted those promises. While some interactions were minor, the pattern painted a bigger picture, one where public loyalty clashed with private strategy. Fans created compilations, piecing together a timeline of events that suggested a consistent trend. Each post generated hundreds of thousands of views and shares, feeding the algorithm and keeping the story alive. By mid-afternoon, the conversation had become a global phenomenon in hip-hop circles. Fans on Twitter began creating threads detailing every leaked interaction, from early morning texts to late-night phone calls. Reaction videos on TikTok dissected Cole's body language during public events, interviews, and collaborations, analyzing subtle facial expressions, gestures, and tone. YouTube channels posted hour-long breakdowns comparing leaks, clips, and insider commentary, turning the story into a multi-platform viral event. The algorithm rewarded every reaction, ensuring that both fans and casual viewers were drawn into the narrative. Another layer of focuses on the social dynamics within the industry. Sources suggest that several rising artists felt blindsided by Cole's decisions, describing situations where trust was broken, promises were delayed, or opportunities didn't materialize as expected. Fans online noticed patterns in lyrics, interviews, and collaborations that seemed to hint at these tensions. Each discovery fueled viral content, with TikTok creators turning insider details into multi-part series, layering commentary, humor, and analysis. Engagement exploded as viewers debated whether Cole's actions were intentional, strategic, or simply misunderstood. By evening, the day's activity reached peak virality. Memes, reaction videos, and discussion threads were everywhere, creating a participatory culture where fans actively shaped the narrative. Some memes highlighted Cole's alleged duplicity humorously, while others emphasized the seriousness of broken trust. TikTok trends spiked with hashtags related to the leaks, and YouTube engagement skyrocketed as fans uploaded detailed breakdowns, minute-by-minute analyses, and reactions to viral clips. The story wasn't just trending, it dominated feeds, recommended videos, and social media conversations globally. What made especially explosive was how fan theories began shaping perception. People weren't just reacting, they were interpreting, theorizing, and predicting future implications. Every leaked message or subtle hint became fodder for speculation. Did this affect certain collaborations permanently? Could it impact Cole's reputation long-term? Fans debated fiercely, and the algorithm amplified every post, keeping engagement high and the story trending. The culmination of emphasizes that this exposure isn't a single event, it's a pattern of behavior amplified by the digital age. Insider leaks, viral clips, fan reactions, and algorithmic amplification combine to create a story that continues to evolve. Fans are dissecting every interaction, meme, and commentary, proving that in today's music industry, reputation is fragile, and the digital ecosystem can make every perceived misstep global in minutes. Finally sets the stage for, where we'll dive into the biggest fan reactions, viral breakdowns, insider revelations, and the cultural implications of this exposure. We'll show why J. Cole's reputation is being questioned, how social media has amplified the fallout, and what this means for the concept of authenticity in the music industry. The fallout from the leaks continued to explode across social media, turning a behind-the-scenes controversy into a full-blown cultural moment. Fans weren't just watching, they were actively participating, creating compilations, reaction videos, memes, and threads that dissected every interaction, every text, and every public appearance. TikTok became a hotspot for this narrative, with creators analyzing body language, cross-referencing posts, and layering commentary over clips of Cole at interviews or on stage. Each upload fueled engagement, sending the story further into trending feeds. The algorithm rewarded it instantly. Insiders revealed even more context that added weight to the claims. Multiple collaborators reportedly described situations where promises made by Cole, collaborations, features, or mentorship were either delayed, shifted, or reneged on. Fans began to notice a pattern, connecting these revelations to specific lyrics, interviews, and social media posts. This made the story feel credible, and every new leak amplified the viral potential. YouTube channels seized the opportunity, uploading hour-long breakdowns that combined screenshots, insider testimony, and fan theories. These videos pulled in high engagement because they didn't just recap, they analyzed, predicted, and connected the dots for viewers. One of the most explosive elements was the contrast between Cole's public persona and the private actions revealed by insiders. Publicly, he maintained a reputation of authenticity and loyalty, a trusted figure in the hip-hop community. Privately, according to sources, his behavior sometimes conflicted with that image, creating tension with artists, producers, and collaborators. Fans dissected every post, tweet, and lyric for clues, creating a viral loop where speculation fed engagement, and engagement fed further visibility. TikTok compilations juxtaposed old interviews praising loyalty against the leaked incidents, giving the narrative a shocking, visual punch that kept viewers glued. The conversation spilled over into fan forums and Reddit threads, where users pieced together a timeline of events. Some focused on subtle cues in collaborations, others analyzed public statements that seemed to contradict insider accounts. Every theory, reaction, and commentary video contributed to the story, extending its lifespan on the algorithm. Even casual listeners who didn't normally follow industry drama were drawn in, curious to see how a respected artist could be called out in such a public way. Industry reactions added another layer of interest. Fellow artists, producers, and commentators weighed in, some subtly, others more directly. A few hinted at having had similar experiences, while others discussed the implications for trust in the music business. Fans amplified these statements across platforms, creating viral clips that highlighted the tension between public loyalty and private actions. These insider reactions made the story feel credible, keeping engagement high and driving repeated views across multiple platforms. The narrative was also fueled by fan-generated memes and viral humor. Clips of awkward interactions or subtle microexpressions were turned into content that spread like wildfire. TikTok trends, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels highlighted key moments, sometimes humorous, sometimes critical. These snippets were short enough to loop repeatedly, maximizing watch time, and the algorithm rewarded them heavily, ensuring the story stayed relevant far longer than a single news cycle. By evening, the intensity of engagement had reached a peak. Reaction videos, analytical breakdowns, and insider revelations overlapped, creating a multi-layered, viral ecosystem. Fans weren't just commenting, they were actively shaping the narrative. Every upload, like, share, and comment contributed to the algorithm's push, making the story visible to millions around the globe. This was more than just a controversy. It was a participatory, social media-driven phenomenon that demonstrated the power of digital engagement in shaping public perception. The combination of viral clips, fan theories, insider commentary, and social media amplification had transformed the situation from a behind-the-scenes dispute into a public spectacle. It wasn't just about what J. Cole did, it was about what his actions meant for trust, loyalty, and reputation in the music industry. Fans debated, analyzed, and speculated endlessly, keeping the story alive, fresh, and constantly trending. The next segment will dive into the long-term implications for his career, lessons for collaborators, and the broader cultural impact, showing exactly why this controversy isn't fading anytime soon and why it has become one of the most talked-about events in hip-hop in recent memory. The aftermath of the leaks had a ripple effect far beyond just fan reactions. J. Cole's reputation, built over years as one of hip-hop's most respected voices, faced serious scrutiny. Industry insiders explained that trust is the currency of the music business, and once doubt spreads, even through subtle actions or miscommunications, it can alter relationships permanently. Collaborators who once considered him a mentor reportedly became cautious, reassessing interactions, future projects, and public statements. Social media amplified every hint of tension, creating a climate where even minor incidents were dissected for hidden meaning. Fans quickly realized that this story wasn't just about one incident, it was a pattern with long-term consequences. Clips highlighting inconsistencies between Cole's public loyalty and behind-the-scenes actions circulated widely. TikTok compilations paired old interviews about integrity with leaked interactions, creating highly shareable content that generated millions of views. YouTube channels published in-depth analyses showing timelines, connections, and insider commentary, increasing watch time and engagement. The algorithm rewarded this multi-platform activity, keeping the story trending and continuously feeding the cycle of speculation. Cultural implications also became evident. J. Cole had long been seen as a symbol of authenticity in hip-hop, someone who kept it real in a world often dominated by ego and competition. Fans now questioned what authenticity truly meant in an industry where strategy, self-interest, and image often collide. Debates exploded online. Can someone be loyal publicly while making decisions privately that serve themselves? How much should fans separate the art from the artist's actions? Has social media made every interaction a public trial? These questions fueled engagement, driving discussions across Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube comments. Industry commentators added another layer, speculating on how this controversy might impact Cole's collaborations and business decisions. Some noted that trust issues can affect features, touring partnerships, and label negotiations. Others pointed out that while the controversy may temporarily damage perception, transparency, accountability, and consistent future behavior could restore his image. Fans watched every post, interview, and lyric for evidence of accountability, creating additional content loops that the algorithm rewarded heavily. The viral nature of this exposure also highlighted the power of fan participation in shaping narratives. Every meme, clip, or reaction video contributed to the story, creating a digital ecosystem where the audience becomes a co-author. TikTok users created multi-part reaction series, while YouTube creators produced hour-long breakdowns comparing past collaborations with the leaks. Each contribution increased engagement, retention, and visibility, further embedding the story into hip-hop culture. Moreover, the story influenced conversations about loyalty, friendship, and ethics in the music industry. Fans debated whether strategic decisions that appear self-serving are inherently fake or simply part of navigating a competitive environment. These discussions drove shares, replies, and follow-up content, creating a self-perpetuating viral cycle. Every fan theory, reaction, and commentary video kept the narrative alive, ensuring that the controversy wasn't fleeting but a topic of sustained attention. Finally, this section sets the stage for the conclusion of the series, which will examine how this controversy might affect J. Cole's legacy, the lessons for collaborators, and what it reveals about the intersection of fame, social media, and authenticity in hip-hop. It's a story about trust, reputation, and the digital age, showing how one leak can evolve into a cultural moment that defines public perception for months or even years. If you've been following this J. Cole story, you already know it's more than just drama. It's a deep dive into loyalty, trust, and authenticity in the music industry. But here's the thing. The story doesn't end here. We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Which moment shocked you the most? Do you think J. Cole really acted as the fakest friend? Or is this just how the music industry works behind the scenes? Every comment, theory, and reaction helps shape the conversation and keeps the story alive. Smash that like button and share this video with your friends because the algorithm rewards engagement, and the more people interact, the bigger the reach. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications so you don't miss any follow-ups, analysis, or future viral breakdowns. This story isn't just about J. Cole, it's about how the music industry, fans, and social media collide in ways that create massive cultural moments. If you spotted leaks, subtle hints, or interactions that others missed, highlight them in the comments or create your own reaction content. Fans like you are the reason these stories blow up. Every like, share, and comment boosts visibility, pushes content to the trending sections, and keeps the conversation alive across TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and beyond. So don't just watch, participate. Share your theories, post your reactions, and engage with the community. This isn't just a viral story, it's a movement showing how fame, trust, and authenticity collide in the digital age. And remember, the fans who actively participate are the ones who shape the narrative and make these moments unforgettable.